What's up guys, welcome to another video on how to make a GTAG Fangame. This is one of the first videos and it's the probably most important step with modeling. So first of all, you need to get Blender. I'll leave all the links in the description. It might be a newer version, mine's Blender 4.0. So once you've downloaded it, just boot it up, and then when you open it, you should just see all of this. You should see like that little camera thing, and then a cube, and then a light here in scene collection. Delete everything in scene collection, so you have nothing here and also nothing here. What you want to do now is you want to press Shift and A at the same time, and it should say mesh here, and then you want to press cube. You could always do that with pressing add here, mesh, and then cube again. You have another cube, but you don't want to have to do that. So first of all, when you have this cube, you want to hold control and press 2. Makes it like this spherical. And to go into edit mode, you want to press tab, or you could just press here, object mode, and then edit mode. And you see this thing next to edit mode is a vertice selector, an edge selector, and a face selector. We want to be using the face selector. So you want to press G and then Z, so you scale, so you're moving it on the Z axis, or you could just go to the move tool here and move it down. Alright, now you want to hold control and move it down halfway, and then you want to press E, move it up about to here, like another halfway, but a tiny bit more. And now you want to scale it up about a quarter way. Press S to scale and scale it out a tiny bit. Then go to the scale tool and scale in this green thing in a bit. It's like a tiny bit out, but in a bit as well. So now you have basically the body, and you could move this a bit in and then press E to do that, but I wouldn't recommend it. So we have a pretty good body. You can move this down a bit if you want. Then we scale that out. That's also another way to scale that in. Alright, so we have a pretty good body. You could even make it better by move this out a bit, or a bit in if you want. I'd recommend doing in, but I'll do neither. Move this one instead. Go in, and then this one tiny bit in as well. Alright, so we have a pretty good body. To make it even better though, want to go into face selector, you want to press E and then click straight away without moving your mouse. Then you want to hold the scale tool in. So it's like a good neck. Choose your neck size by like scaling inwards or outwards. Just choose where you want to place your neck, or like what position and stuff. I'd say I'll do mine like here. And then you just want to drag it out. Or you could press E again and drag that out. I would recommend first drag it out without pressing E a tiny bit. Then press E to drag that rest out. So we have a pretty good neck and stuff. Make sure it's facing this way, so like the front of your body's facing this way. If not, go to the rotate tool, hold down control and then select the blue and go around. Also to like undo mistakes, like say you moved it over here, and you don't want that. You want to press Control Z, and then Control Z again to fix that. Or you don't have to spam it, but that's how many things I did. Say I moved it over here by accident. I don't want to keep moving it back, or like it might be not in the correct place like this. It's not like snap. You want to press like things like Control Z, and it's not still perfect. You want to press Control Z again. It's over there, and Control Z to where it was before. Alright, we have a pretty good head. Now you want to do Shift A again, Mesh Cube again, place it on the neck here, and then do Control 2 again. Should be about like the right size, or you could scale it up again. But this time, instead of leaving it like that, you want to press this little wrench here. It should say Subdivision Levels Viewport 2 Render 2. That's good. And then you see this little arrow pointing down next to the X. You want to press that and press Apply. So there's nothing here, but it still looks like that. Now you want to go into edit mode by pressing Tab or going there again. Select Face Selector. And now you want to see these top four and also these top four. To select them all, you want to press Shift and then select them. Or you could just drag select them, and if you made a mistake, like accidentally do that, you can't just shift that away. You have to double click it to shift it. So you want to press Control for immediate shift, like that. So now you see this red arrow. It should be red if it's like green. So say the head's facing this way, it would be green to drag it that way. But for me, it's red. You want to drag it in forwards a bit, so it's kind of like mouth poking out. And now that's because we applied it. We can do another subdivision and then just do Control 1. Don't apply that one yet. Don't apply it yet. You can make your head bigger. But because this is a tutorial, I might not. Also Control 1 that. First of all, we need to apply that subdivision. Then Control 1 again. Also, don't apply it yet if you've done multiple subdivisions. Alright, that's pretty good with the head. I mean, you could kind of select this and go in a bit more. But you can choose to do that. Well, first of all, you want to choose the more bumpy side where your head. Make sure it's straight. Or you could just press rotate and rotate it like this. So say it's facing this way, you just want to rotate it whenever. It says negative 123. And do negative 180, or just regular 180. So it's like that. So we have quite a good head. Now it's time for the arms. Shift A again, make a new mesh and name and do a cube. Scale it in until it's about this size. Move it up to about this point where your chest is. Move it to the side. Then do Control 2 again. If it's like this big, it doesn't matter. You can press S again to scale it back in. And then also want to drag it out. Drag it out, and then see that's not that good, but if you drag it in, you can see that's pretty good size. So now you want to press Tab again. Make sure you don't apply it this time. You want to press E and then Control to drag it out. So that's a good bit of arm. Then here you want to scale it in a tiny bit and then press E again to scale that bit out. Make sure if this is the size you want your arm to be, scale it in a tiny bit, press E, and then scale it that much back. Now you want to press S, scale it in about this much, and then press E again, scale that much again, then press S and scale it back to a tiny bit, not the same size, but almost the same size. Now do that for the same side, but just opposite. Also guys, if you're wondering how I like move around like this, I'm holding shift while holding middle click. Also to move around you hold middle click. And I don't really like how long this arm is, so I want to scale it in a bit. And scale this up a bit more. And then press E to extrude it. And also at the end, Well, you don't really want it to be the same size because this is the forearm and forearms are usually smaller than your upper arm. So now you have this, you want to scale a tiny bit out and scale in. So that's basically your arm, but if you want you can press E, scale in another bit and then drag that out a tiny bit. It's just so you put the hand on. That's your arm, but if you want to make it smaller you just press X and then see the green line, you want to press Y. If it's a red line you want to press X. And it will most likely be it will basically be impossible to do a Z because Z is just up and down. So this is not, I don't really like. So, and if you don't want to go back and edit it, you can just go to edge selector, select all the edges that are coming back or past there, and then move it back in. Now we have like quite a good shape of arm. Could scale it in. And then make sure you Control S and then just name it player model. And then put it back in a bit. And to double save it, just do Control S again and it'll say save player model blend down here. Or whatever else you named it. So now that's done, you want to disable everything with these little eye views. Make sure you don't do collection because collection's a whole thing even if you add another part. So Shift A again, add a mesh, a cube, and now what you want to do is you want to go into edit mode, go to face selector, select these two sides on this axis, on this Y axis, which is the green one. You want to right click it, make sure you also press shift to select both and not control. This is what happens if you press control, it will pick the shortest route, which is most likely the back or the front, so you want to make sure you do shift. Now you want to right click and press and see, right click and then see this, it says subdivide extrude faces along normals is the one you want to do. It's below, it's the third one from the top and you want to press that. And now you see this. Before you do any of that, you want to hold control and it's halfway and do another halfway, so it's basically 3 squares in a row, but it's still connected. Now you want to press this, shift and shift, so it's like this. Instead of pressing extrude faces along normals, you want to press extrude faces, control, control, or like just hold control once and do it twice. Or you could press E and then control and then hold it again and then click. Alright, now we want to do the fingers. So you want to select this one or wherever your thumb is going to be. Mine's going to be here. You want to press E, control, and do one brick, and then do control, and then select the red arrow. Move it up. If you're not ready not, you can go to the move tool, or you could just press G, X, and then control. Now that's done, you want to go to the rotate tool again. You can like rotate it whatever your thumb, what direction you want to be next. Mine's 25 degrees. Press S, control it in once, and then press E again, control it in twice, and then rotate it another quite. Then after a while of like maneuvering the thumb, you can have quite a good place. And now you want to press S and then scale, control and then scale it again. I know I'm saying control a lot, but that's a pretty good thumb. Might even rotate it a bit more. That's a pretty good thumb. Now you want to select these two faces. Remember holding shift. You want to press E, control. So you have this brick. Don't press click yet. Do another two. So basically 2 boxes without the outline. Now press E again and then control it again. So you have a big line and then 2 boxes at the end. Alright. Or it would look better if you select each one, press S, scale it in once, S, scale it in once. The reason why you can't select both because it will scale in the middle and it'll move your fingers in the middle. You don't want that yet. So now you want to press E and then control out again. You want to scale in twice more, so it's three control scales right away. So 1 and then 2. So 1 scale in and then 2 scale in. Alright, that's probably good for the fingers. Might even scale this one more time. Out a bit. Alright, to make this look better, you want to control S and go into this wireframe view. It's next to this solid view. And then select these dots just inside it so you see it. And if these aren't selected, you want to click near the dots to select the faces. Not the ones inside though, don't select the ones inside. Now you want to scale this in as much as you want. You can go back to this view. I would most likely scale in this much. And now you want to press Control 2. It should most likely look like this. If it's Control 1, it'll look like that. Control 2 and then Control 3. I'll do Control 2 because it has the most biggest faces, and if you Control 3 it has tiny faces, so it might be hard to select. So now we have a pretty good hand. You want to press Control C to copy it and then press Control V. If your thumb is pointing to the right, you want to put the other hand on the right. If your thumb is pointing to the left, you want to put your hand on the left. And now you want to see this red bar, just spin it any direction and then do here and then just type 180. And it should look like this. If it's touching, just move it away from each other a bit, but that's good. Now Control S again, select both of these and press tab so both of these are selected. But maybe before you do that you want to apply it and then press tab again. Actually, don't apply it. You want to select these. This time press Control. Yeah, Control, not Shift, and then Control. I'm so dumb. Oh, I'm so dumb. Sorry, guys. You want to select this one and then press S and then S, and then you want to press Y. It's either if this one's going straight through your hands here, but if my hands are like rotated this way and this is coming through the hands from the side, you want to press X instead of Y. So press S, Y, and then hold Control to scale in about like this size. Or you could do a bit bigger. It's your choice. S, Y. Make sure you count as well if you want. You can count for the same exact 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, now that's done, you want to select these and with using Control, even this tiny bit, but press Shift for this bit, and now use Control. Now you've selected all of these bits, you can deselect this, but I wouldn't recommend it. So now move this up a tiny bit, so it's like kind of bending upwards a bit. And now that looks good. You want to press Control S. It might look a bit weird because the fingers. But now also go into wireframe view and also select the fingers. Or you could then go to edit mode first. Sorry guys. Now you see you selected the tips. Want to go to your rotate tool and make sure it's green, and then you hold Control and like rotate it once. Go to your move tool and move it down with the blue arrow a bit. Alright, Control S to save it, and then go to wireframe view again, select the very tips, and now rotate these tips 5 degrees with the green. Like if you use trackball, they can go any direction. You want to use the green down 5 again, and then move this down a tiny bit. So now we have a pretty good hand. We can select one and then subdivision, apply it, and subdivision, apply it. So now you've done that, you can go back to your player model, unhide these, but these should be like really big. So like, and also if they're out of collection, move it back into collection. These should be really big, so select both and then press S to scale it inwards. Scale it like small for now. And now you see this, you want to apply it, want to C, V, Control C, Control V. Move it over, you see this little orange bit, move it over to like a shoulder maybe. Like outside the shoulder, so like move it about here. And now you want to rotate the blue just like that, and then you want to do 180. Should go like that. Control S. Go to wireframe view because wireframe view can make your Blender crash. So you don't want that. That's why I'm pressing Control S every single time. So now you have the arm perfectly matched up, or how else you want it matched up. Go back to object mode. Save it if you want. Take the hands. Rotate the one with the thumb pointing to this way to the body, and then you want to rotate this one 90 degrees using the blue one. -90 or 270. Now rotate it up 90 degrees. That's 80. So 90. Now you have a good hand rotation. You can move it up. And now it's moved up and put onto the hand. If it's too big, you scale it down. So remember to select both. Now you have a good hand inside the place of where the arm is. Move this hand over. Rotate it 90 degrees. 85, so make sure it's 90. Then move this one 90 degrees. Yep. And now move it up and in. Now those are both good. You can make your own textures. I would recommend making them on. But I made a fat mistake because the head was facing the wrong way. But anyways, if that's your mistake, if you put it the wrong way, you can rotate it just like that. Easy peasy fix. Make sure it's 180. Alright, so that looks pretty good. I'm gonna scale mine in a bit. Now that looks like awesome. And just go by selecting them, make sure they have no modifiers on them. Except these two are fine. Wait, do the head though. And yeah, do the body as well. Alright, so now you have this. Instead of pressing the object mode, you want to press like this one which has half rendered and then the other one like half invisible. It's viewport shading. It just makes sure that it's like you can see coloring. So now you want to, if you're really say like this play model is good, you want to select every one, like you want to select every piece in this. You could drag or drag here. Make sure this is in the collection as well. And make sure you have this bit highlighted. To do that, you just want to press shift on it, like so everything's highlighted. Everything's highlighted like so. Like each time you press it, you don't want the head highlighted, you want the body highlighted. Hold shift and click it so it's highlighted. Now you want to press Control J. Make sure your mouse isn't over here in this bit or like above here. You want to do it in empty workspace and then Control J. So everything connected to this. Now once that's happened, you can do the textures first, or you could skip to this bit here for the rigging first. But now I want to press New, and then you want to select the whole plane model by pressing Tab A, and then you want to press Assign, but before you can make ears, and then you want to select these 3 bits, and then right here, and also select these 3 bits, and click here and subdivide them. And now once you've subdivided them, you want to do scale tool here, and then you want to scale, then you want to move it upwards. They might look really big and ugly, so what you want to do is you want to go into this view, the edge view, select these three or four, or four, I'll do three, and now you want to scale this inwards. Make sure it doesn't clip like that, so this one's still here instead of clipping like that. You can make it smooth though. And now you want to do the other side as well. Select the three, and here, other three, move it inwards, and then you can move it outwards, but I won't do it yet. Now select these vertices in vertice mode, and go to scale, and scale these ones inwards like this. You can make your ears better in any way. This is just a tutorial, so I'm not going to make them perfect. So now you have your full player model. Make sure it's joined all together. You could just double tap the name and just name it like monkey. Whoops, I have caps lock on. Smiley face, why not? So now you want to go to like base color. You don't want base color, so you want to click here, right click it, or you could press plus, new, and then you want to click this dot here, image texture. Everything should be black, but you could go to the old texture, and then you want to go to face mode, press A, assign, base color, image texture, so everything should be black, and you can only delete textures if you're in object mode, so I'm deleting this one. Now we have material 1. You can go to open, or to like wherever your player model stuff is. Then I'm going to player model and then textures. So everything this fur looks really bad. You want to go to linear closest, and it still looks really bad. So you want to select here, go to modeling, and now press tab, press here, and then press tab again, and you go to here. Now you're in modeling, you want to press UV, smart UV unwrap, okay, and you want to go to UV editing. See everything here, make sure everything's also selected here. You want to press A while your mouse is hovering over here, and you can scale stuff like inwards, so everything looks like that. I'm not making mine too good because this is just a tutorial. And now you want to press A again, make a new material, deselect everything, select the face, or this bit which is like a kind of square. You can make your own face texture like I did, or make a new one, and then go to the empty texture, press assign, so this should be all white, press new, image color, press the dot there, the yellow dot, image texture open, then you could go back to your Unity, and then player model, textures, and then choose your face. It looks really bad right now, so also make it closest. And now go to UV, or you could press your face here and press select. Now you want to press UV, smart unwrapped, okay, and then go to UV editing, press A here, make sure your mouse is hovering over here again, and rotate it any way with control you think is the right way, or you can see it's the right way. So this is the right way, I think. You don't have to use control. Not the most accurate and straight. It's normally not that straight. So now you have it straight, you want to go into the center, like my center is the nose. Rotate a bit more. And then scale it in. So this bit is where your face is, so you can make it even. there's even, and then we can move it like there. So that looks like a good face texture. I'm rushing, so it looks pretty bad. Now also you want to press tab again. You want to make a new material. Select these ears. You don't have to texture the ears, but I am. Also, you don't have to texture the hands, but I would recommend it. It looks really good. So select every face, like in between here, down to here, to up here. Thumb, do it to here. But I'm not going to texture it yet because it will just take tutorials time. Make sure you select all of these and then go up to only these four, like go back down, then only these four and only these four, and then also these, you want that, so you want to go like that and just select them. So now you have that. You want to go to the new texture, press it, press assign, press new, and then press the yellow dot again. Image texture, open. You could choose any texture for this one. You don't have to do it, but I like choosing a lighter texture. Do closest again. UV, smart UV unwrap, UV editing A, and scale it in or out. Scales out good. Scale out makes it look tinier. Scale in makes it look bigger. So we have those selected. Also, you could press tab again. Select the chest. I'm not gonna make it perfect. And then press assign as well, and it should make it that. So that's your player model texturing done. Now for the rigging, you want to press add armature, and you can't see it right now, but it should be inside the player model. There it is. To fix that, you want to press this running person, make sure it's still connected, also put it in collection, and then you want to press data. If you hover over it, and go to viewport display, and then see where it says in front, you want to make that tick so you can see it. Now make this go all the way down to like your bottom, and then inside here it should say pose and armature. Go to the armature, rename this space. Alright, now that's good. You want to click this only and then press tab, and you should see this. Now you want to move this up to the arm in the middle. Press E, scale up to the neck. Press E, scale up to the head. Press E, and then you want to go here. Also, how I'm doing this, I'm pressing E and clicking, so I can move it freely with this. E, click, E, click, click, and then you're gonna move it over. E. Now you have this done, you can also just do E here, drag it over. If you want the ears rigged as well, you gotta go like this, click, and just do that for both. But yeah, this is a tutorial, so I'm just gonna rush it. It's not gonna look the great. There you go. And now with the hands, you want to press here, you want to press E, and then go in. Make sure it's about here, and make sure it's not going out. Do the same with the other side. You can move it down, but I'm not doing it. You want to press E, click, and then move it up and go to thumb. Press E again, move it up here, here, E again, move it up here, here. I would recommend 2 because 3 is a bit too much to animate finger animations. You want to press here, press E, click, move it up to here, press E, click, and then move it here. Also, because these are bending, you want to bend these in as it's going. You want to do 3 on this one because it's a longer finger. Alright, so that's now good. Want to do the bottom one, make it dragged all the way down here. here, press E to extrude, go out, here, another extrude, go out here, and another extrude to go out here. Make sure these are all even. I'm just not doing it even because of the time I have. That's a good rigging on the hand, and then you just want to replicate that here. Like either, either. It's not perfect, but if you can select these balls here, and then just scale it in. And also you can make these balls go longer or shorter, just for the tutorial I have. And then that's basically done for your model. So this says base though. See, it says base 1. This is the neck pole, so double click it, name it neck. And then if you're facing this way with the head, this should be the left arm, so do left shoulder, left shoulder. This one's the right shoulder, shoulder. Now you can go in it. This one's the upper arm, and then this is our lower arm. If you want to go to this pole and name it R wrist, and I go to L shoulder, and then also that's that. You want to go to wrist, name it L wrist, and then that's good for the rigging. And now basically once you've done the rigging, you want to go out of edit mode, press the body, shift the armature, make sure the armature's highlighted this yellow orange instead of the body. So press shift just to make it highlighted, and then do that. But before I do that, I actually want to go to edit mode. I keep forgetting this bit, sorry guys. But you want to press shift on ease, and then you want to press E, click, drag this out, select these two wrists, press E, click, and drag them out this way. Select the body and not the dots, and then you want to press Alt P, and then clear parent, and then it should do that, and you see this red one, move it out about this much, and then do the same with this, Alt P, clear parent, move it out about this much, and then these two, this one is on the left arm, so left pole, and then this one's on the right one, so right pole. You don't need to name the other twos. So now once you've done that, that's pretty good for the rigging. Close the armature, make sure they're in collection. You want to press this, and then you want to press shift that, make sure you're not in editor mode, make sure this is not highlighted, that you want that highlighted, and then you want to press Control P, and it should do this. Now when you're doing this, you want to press with automatic with automatic I can't speak, with automatic weights, and then it should be rigged. So if you go to pose mode, and then you move this, the arm should work, and then this to make the ear or the head. Moves the head, doesn't look great, and then here moves the ears, here moves the head, it turns the whole body because that's the base, moves that, this moves your hand, this moves your fingers. So everything should work. These are just for like your arms to bend properly. That's how it's good, like, to do that. So everything works, and that's just pose mode, so everything won't be saved like that. That's your player model. Good. And I just controlled D, so I have to do it again, but that's your player model. And then Control S to save it. And then that's your player model. Bye.